Welcome to the Caribbean Edge Kids. My name is Aunty Dawn. So happy to have you join us today for our first book club. Yay! And we have some brilliant kids with us. We have Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks. Welcome again, Dr. Amina.
The biggest kid in the club.
We have the honor of having you again on the Caribbean Edge Kids and to showcase your book with the kids. So that's a good idea. Welcome, welcome. And of course, we have Aunty Sophie. Hi, Aunty Sophie. And let me go around the room to our little kids here. So we're going to start out with Olivia. Hi, Olivia. Welcome back. How are you?
Good.
Good. Good to see you again. So tell us what's been going on since we last saw you. You're still at Bethlehem Junior Academy?
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
7.5. Cannot forget the half.
Cannot forget that half. Awesome. So 7.5, and you've been with TCE Kids, I think, since you were 6. So we're so happy that you're still on this journey with us. How was school this year?
Good.
Good. So you did well?
Yep, and I got some trophies and a principal honor roll.
We are so proud of you. Awesome. You've always been a brilliant child, and we love keeping up with our superstars. So thank you, Olivia.
You're welcome. And
we have first-timer Zoey joining us. Hi, Zoey.
Hi.
So tell us about you, Zoey. First time on TCE Kids. How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
Okay, and what's your school? What school do you attend?
Bethlehem Junior Academy.
Awesome. So what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is language and reading.
Language and reading. So how did you do during the pandemic?
It was good.
It was good. And what do you like about your school?
A lot of things.
Including? You have to spill the juice on us.
The teachers and the activities that we get to do.
Awesome. I've had the pleasure of going to your school, and Olivia is saying yes. And your school is so colorful. All your work is displayed around the school. And I hear you sing a lot at the school too. And when you walk in the school, all the kids say, "Good morning, Miss Dawn," or "Good morning, Miss Pat." So it's so beautiful to visit your school. Thank you for joining us, Zoey.
All right, thank you.
And we have Agyenim, who is no stranger to TCE Kids. Hi, Agyenim.
Hi, Aunty Dawn.
How old are you, Agyenim?
6.
6 years old. And how well dressed you are today on this Sunday afternoon. Did you dress up for us?
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you. I love to see a young man well dressed. And so tell us what your favorite subject is, Agyenim.
My favorite subject is reading and math.
Reading and math. And what does Agyenim do for fun?
I like to play video games, and I like to play basketball and football.
Oh, wow. Very good. And so, Agyenim, what school do you go to?
Brooklyn Landmark Elementary.
And where's your school located?
In Brooklyn, New York.
New York. So thanks for joining us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Such a pleasure to have you.
You're welcome, Aunty Dawn.
And Miss Laiyah, how are you, beautiful? Okay, you have to unmute, sweetie. Mommy coming in to help. Hi, how are you, beautiful?
I'm good.
You're doing good. Awesome. And I recognize that emblem on your uniform. What school is that?
I'm going to Bethlehem Junior Academy.
Awesome. And how old are you?
And I'm 6 years old.
6 years old. And what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is math and reading.
Awesome. All our kids love to read. We're so glad to have you. And what does Laiyah do for fun?
What I really do for fun is watch TV, go to the park, and sometimes I stay home and sleep.
Well, sleep is very important too. So thank you for joining us. And I'm glad that you go to the park. I love that kids get outside and play. Even in a pandemic, you just have to do it safely with your parents. So thank you for joining us. And I love your hair, Scott. Pretty.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Hi, Nicholi.
Hello.
Good afternoon. And how are you, handsome?
Good.
Good. And how old are you?
6 years old.
You are 6. And what school do you attend?
Bethlehem Junior Academy.
Awesome. So I understand you want to be a firefighter. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. And why do you want to be a firefighter? Do you want to save people?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. And what do you do for fun? Do you do anything for fun? Do you play with your brother or sister?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Well, we're so happy that you joined us today to share with us as we recognize Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks and her wonderful book, which you've all had the pleasure of reading. So let me turn it over to Dr. Amina. Yes, everyone's showing their books. Thank you.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, wow, yes. Children.
Yes, Mama.
Have you ever played that game? Let's learn it now. I'm going to say children, and you're going to say yes, mama. And I'm going to say, where have you been to? And you're going to say grandpapa. Can you remember that? Let's go. Children.
Yes,
Yes,
Mama.
Where have you been to?
Grandpa.
And grandpapa is a wonderful character in this book. How many of you know your grandpapa? And do you have awesome times with your grandpapa? Grandparents are so wonderful. They know everything. Is there anybody who wants to share with us just a little bit about your relationship with your grandpapa? Go ahead, Olivia.
He sometimes takes me places.
And do you enjoy going places with your grandpapa?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Laiyah, let's hear about your grandpapa.
I like my grandpa because he lets me feed the cats and he takes me everywhere, and that's kind of fun with him. And also he buys me super duper fun stuff.
Especially the stuff your mommy and daddy don't want you to have, right? like ice cream and sweetie.
One time I did have ice cream.
What's that?
Once time I had ice cream when I went to the ice cream store. Me, my sister, my daddy, and my mom.
Yes, but one of the things that grandpapas love to do is to sneak us the things our parents think we are not yet ready for. Just like in this book, grandpapa would sneak Johnny a sip of coffee, although Johnny is too young to be drinking coffee. Anybody else wants to share about their grandpapa? Go ahead, Aggie.
My grandpa, we get to plant the flower. We get to plant the flowers. We got to go to the store. I got a toy from it. It was Mickey. We got to do a barbecue.
Thank
and
you,
we got to
Aggie.
play football.
Thank you. Your grandpa is active. Do you know what I love about what your grandpa does? Your grandpa teaches you to look after the plants and the flowers. And that's wonderful because we are nothing if we do not have plants and flowers and clean river and mango growing in the trees when it's mango time. Can I tell you what I like about Johnny's grandpa? Johnny's grandpa knows everything. Does your grandpa know everything? Of course. Everything we want to know, we can ask our grandparents because they've lived a long, long time and they've seen so many things that we can't even imagine. Do you know that some people have their great-great-grandpa who is still alive and they can ask them about the Spanish flu? And the Spanish flu happened a long time ago. But if we understand the Spanish flu, we know how to deal with COVID. So grandpapas are very, very important. You know what I think? I think grandpapa is a very good idea. Do you think so too? So when I say grandpapa, I want you to say he's a good idea. Are you ready? Grandpapa.
He's a good idea.
Thank you. And please tell your grandpapa that when next you see him. And a good opportunity to tell your grandpa what a good idea he is will be on the 20th of June, 2 weeks from today, when we celebrate Father's Day.
That's
because
a good
your
idea.
grandpapa is the father of your papa. So you couldn't have a papa unless you had a grandpapa. That's a good idea. How many of you have read the book all together from page 1 to the last page? Zoe, all of you. Okay, I would like, may I ask you what you liked about the book? Who wants to begin? Nicholi, I haven't heard from you. What did you like about the book, Nicholi? Nicholi is the shy one, the strong one.
Huh?
And what kind of books? Go ahead, please, Nicholi. Shall I come back to you while you think about it? Yes, Nicholi, I'll come back to you. Let's hear from Olivia. Olivia, please unmute and tell us what you liked about the book. That's a good idea.
My favorite part of the book is when Mongoose was trying to find the cave to put the models that the animal made in, but they were melting, like they were staying strong in the rain that the Great Spirit sent, And so when they got in the cave, he just smushed them back together and he made a human being.
Oh,
With all
wow.
the animals' personalities.
Oh, that's wonderful. And did all the animals have good personalities?
Yes, they did.
Yes, so I think it's a good idea that when we meet other people, we look at them and we try to model some of their best personalities. Is that a good idea?
Yes.
People who are respectful, people who are always beautifully dressed like you are, people who have good relationships with their sisters and their brothers. You think those are wonderful things to model?
Yes.
Yes, I think so too. Thank you, Olivia. Zoe, what did you like about the book?
I like the lion and he was boasting about his hair because it reminds me of my hair when it's out.
Oh, fabulous. I'm so happy you said that because the lion really loved his hair in its beautiful, beautiful state, just like Bob Marley's hair. And sometimes we don't like things about ourselves. But sometimes the things we don't like about ourselves are the things that make us unique. So after today's presentation, I want you to look in the mirror and see what it is about yourself that really makes you unique, that you could celebrate like the lion was celebrating his beautiful, oh, I don't have so much. The lion have more than me, don't it? But I love my little toops. So even if it is a little toops, we should celebrate it. Now, I know that on the Caribbean Edge Kids, one of the things that Auntie Dawn wants us to do is to learn some Jamaican patois. So who understand what I meant by a little toops? Okay, Olivia, what do you think a little toops means?
A little bit.
A little bit. Even if it's a little bit. Everybody has something beautiful about themselves. Olivia, your eyes look like the eyes of the owl in the book. Aji, I wonder which animal looking for 2 teeth. You think any animal in the book looking for 2 front teeth? But your 2 front teeth make you so special right now, Aji. And they're going to grow back into 2 beautifuler, more beautiful front teeth.
The doctor said it might take 8 months.
Oh, so maybe, I don't know how long ago you lost them, but if you don't get them for Christmas, you will get them shortly after Christmas, won't you?
I want my teeth back for Christmas.
All right, wonderful. Nicholi, are you ready to share with me now? What did you like about the book? Did you like the drawings in the book, Nicholi?
Yes.
Ah, what did you like about the drawings?
All the animals.
You like all the animals. Do you know that the person who did the illustrations for this book has never been to the Caribbean?
No.
But we talked across the phone about how colorful and varied our animals are. And I think he got them just right. Do you think so, Nicholi?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like animals?
Yes.
Do you have animals?
No.
You don't have any animals. Do you think animals can talk? I think so. And Johnny in this book was wondering if animals could talk and what they would tell us if we understood how they. This morning, I was at my fence talking to my neighbor, and one of my little puppies came around barking. And I said, little puppy, what are you trying to tell me? And the little puppy wagged his tail and walked about 3 yards. And I followed. I didn't wag my tail because I don't have a tail to wag. And I followed and I followed. And do you know what? there was somebody standing at my gate. And the puppy came to tell me that. So animals do talk. We need to learn how to understand them. Okay, Laiyah, tell me what you like. Thank you, Nicholi. Laiyah, your turn to talk about the book.
I like the book because we get to read it and then we read it to people who don't really know the book.
Wonderful. Is there anybody that you have been reading the book to?
Yes.
Ooh.
It was to my whole family.
Wow. And did they enjoy you reading the book?
Yes.
You know what I think, Laiyah? I think that books are a wonderful way to bring families together. Sometimes we have to turn off the TV and just find things to do together. And I know you all have told me that you have many family activities already. You go to the shop, grandpa gets you ice cream that you're not supposed to be eating. You go and you plant things together. You read to your baby sister. And that's wonderful because we learn to behave in the world the way we learn to behave with our families. That's the first place that we learn. And books are a wonderful way. A book is a good idea for bringing families together. Can we say that? A book is a good idea for bringing families together. After 3, 1, 2, 3. A book.
A book.
Good
A book
idea.
is a good
Bringing
idea
families
for
together.
families together.
Wonderful. So those of you who have not yet read this book to your family, with your family, will do so. And then when Auntie Dawn recommends other books for you to read, will you read them with your family and to your family?
Yes.
Wonderful. May I share with you some of the things I like about this book?
Yes.
One of the things I like about this book is that Great Spirit created an animal for every single Caribbean territory. So Great Spirit made Maga dog. I think every dog in Jamaica is a Maga dog. What do you think we mean by Maga?
Skinny.
Yes, skinny.
A skinny dog.
Skinny, yes. Because sometimes they don't get enough food. We don't bring them inside the house like you do in America. And sometimes they go walking through the neighborhood, and by the time they come back, you gone about your business. You don't have time to feed that dog. So they get maga. So Great Spirit made maga dog. You think Great Spirit made the stray cat? Yes. I can't think of an animal who is always disappearing like a cat. Sometimes they're up in the tree. Sometimes they're over the next door neighbor house. Sometimes they're gone to visit other cats. Anybody know what a rat bat is? What is a rat bat, Laiyah?
A rat bat is this. It's just a normal bat, that's all.
Yes, that's the one that's hanging upside down. But guess what? Everybody in the world just say bat. Jamaicans have to say rat bat. So if you hear somebody say rat bat, that person either is a Jamaican or has Jamaican friends. And then Great Spirit made the Cicero parrot. Have you ever heard of the Cicero parrot?
The sister chatting out parrot.
Yeah, because him chat too much, Olivia. Him chat everything. But the Cicero parrot is a protected parrot from St. Lucia. So that word Cicero is a French patois word. Yes. What about the sensefowl? You know what a sensefowl is?
It's an owl.
It's a chicken.
It's a chicken, but there is something special about that chicken. That chicken doesn't have any feathers. So if somebody say you look like a sense fowl, they're saying you look raggedy. And that word sense came to us from West Africa. Sense fowl. Yes. And sometimes when we watch the carnival band, we see people in tear up clothes, stringy, pitchy patchy, sense. Right. And sense is another word that is very popular in the French Caribbean islands. Let's find another one that Great Spirit made. Great Spirit made the crapaud. You know what the crapaud is? That is C-R-A-P-E-A-U, crapaud.
It's the frog.
Oh yes, Zoe. Zoe, you have somebody who come from Dominica? Ah, there you go, clapper, yes. The crapaud is the frog in Dominica. And if somebody say, if your mother said to you, if you don't behave yourself inside here tonight, crapaud smoke your pipe. What do you think she's saying to you? If you're going to get a spanking, yes. When crapaud smoke your pipe, you're in big trouble. So you see how many Caribbean islands Great Spirit has taken us to through the animals. And then Great Spirit also made the green monkey.
Green monkey?
The green monkeys are in Barbados. And there are people who say they can tell what time of day it is by what the green monkeys are doing. Because in the morning, you see them traveling at a certain time in one direction. Perhaps they have gone to work or gone to school. And by a certain time in the afternoon, you see them coming back from that direction. Perhaps school let out or work over. And there are people in Barbados who say that when they have young babies in the cribs, they have to keep the windows closed because sometimes the monkeys come through the window and play with the babies. So that's one thing I love about the book. I love the fact that books, and this book also allows us to travel around the world and learn about different people and different places. I love the fact that this book having some songs. Do you know any of the songs in the book? Which one do you know, Olivia?
The one that says mongoose.
Sing it for me.
Mongoose go in a bedward kitchen, take out one of his righteous chicken, put it in him waistcoat pocket. Sly mongoose.
And your patois accent is so good. Mongoose go in a bedward kitchen, take out one of him righteous chicken, put it in him waistcoat pocket. Sly mongoose, sly mongoose, your name gone abroad. Sly mongoose, your name gone abroad. Chorus time now. Mongoose go in a bedward kitchen, take out one of him righteous chicken, put it in him waistcoat pocket. Slide mongoose. One of my favorite songs in the book that I would like you to learn is the one on page 18. And that's the one about the donkey. So you get to learn a song and you get to learn some more patois. Tell me which month the donkey can call. Or which of the month the donkey can call. Tell me which month the donkey can call. Or which of the month the donkey can call. Which month you believe the donkey cannot say?
August.
Yeah, so what does he say instead?
Ha he ha he ha.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Oh,
Ha he
oh, oh. Shall we learn that song? I'm going to sing one line and then you sing the line. Are we ready? Tell me which month the donkey can call. Your turn.
Tell me which
month
one
the
donkey can call.
Wonderful. Which of the month the donkey can call?
Which are the monkey donkey can call?
So now we're going to do the two lines together. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. Let's go. Tell me which month the donkey can call. Which are the month the donkey can call? One more time. Tell me which month the donkey can call. Which are the month the donkey can call? Are you ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Oh. Can we take it from the top? A 1 and a 2 and a 3. Let's sing. Tell me which month the donkey can call. Which are the month the donkey can call. Tell me which month the donkey can call. Which are the month the donkey can call. January, February, March.
April, May, June, July.
We have some very musical donkeys around. And then let me tell you one last thing that I like about the book. And then I will yield, and Auntie Dawn and Auntie Sophie will give us directions after that. Do you know what I really love about the book? I love that after the mongoose had squashed all the pieces of the animals together, and they came out as one with all the beautiful personalities, the beautiful deep dark skin, the fabulous teeth like yours, and the fabulous teeth with Ajay will get back very soon, and they could sing like you and dance like you. Great Spirit looked at that animal and he said, Lord, black people, pretty star, up, you mighty race, make me clap myself. Okay, so that's on page 34. So let's all do that together. Are you ready? I will read the first line and you read what Great Spirit said. Are we ready? Page 34. Before Johnny could reply, Grandpa surprised him with a new response. Your turn.
Lord, black people, pretty stuff. Up, you might race, make me clap myself.
Wonderful. And that phrase, up you mighty race, is one of the most famous phrases that was said by Jamaica's first national hero, Marcus Messiah Garvey. It's very important that we recognize that no matter how small we are a mighty people. We can make books and pyramids and all the wonderful clothes that you're wearing, and we are just a mighty people, and nothing can ever make us feel small. Is that a good idea?
That's a good idea.
Now I'd like you to hug yourself real tight and say, I am a good idea.
I am a good idea.
Yeah.
And then I want you to say Caribbean Edge Kids is a good idea.
Caribbean Edge Kids is a good idea.
Fabulous. Now, yes, clap yourself. Clap your Lord. Black people pretty sound. Oh, no, clap on yourself. Clap on yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Amina.
And Auntie Sophie will give us directions now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amina. It's always a pleasure, and my jaws are hurting from all the laughing. And I must say, I am quite impressed with Olivia because she could not speak Patois when she first came on TCE Kids. So she is learning her Jamaican language. Beautiful, Olivia.
Well, then I would like to send Olivia a special present. Olivia, do you see what I'm wearing?
The black.
Does it look like the shirt on that Johnny is wearing?
Yes.
Yes, the Johnny shirts are available in every size in black, green, and gold. So I'm wearing the black, and this is the green, and Johnny has the gold. And so you can give your favorite color of those three and your size to Auntie Dawn, and Auntie Dawn will send it to me, and you will get your special Johnny shirt. How about that?
Thank you.
Yes.
That is awesome. Thank you. And like I said, Olivia, job well done. We're so proud of our language and our culture. So it's nice that our kids are practicing and learning to relate. And that's one of the reasons we have this. So I do want the kids to take this opportunity to ask Dr. Amina any questions that they may have. Now,
Yes.
I do have one question that I'm going to ask, which is, why did you write this book, Dr. Amina?
I wrote this book for a number of reasons. When I was little, I wanted to know where we came from. I still don't believe I have the full answer. And I still don't believe I even understand it fully, because the creation is such a big idea. But I wanted to believe that I came from a place where people looked like me and where people look like you. So that's the first reason. Maybe that's the best reason that I wrote the book. Just to give people who look like us an opportunity to understand that we are very important to the creation, and that people who look like us belong to the creation. When the book came out, of course, we were in the middle of the Black Lives Matter movement. And so that gave the book an added level of importance.
Thank you, Dr. Amina. We're so happy that you wrote the book and that you've joined us. And as you mentioned, the illustrations are so beautiful. And it's amazing that he has not been to Jamaica. Hopefully will soon.
Hopefully, yes.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
So, Aggie, do you have any questions for Dr. Amina? Anything you want to say about the book?
How did you write 35 pages?
One word at a time. I know that sometimes, Aggie, you might want to write a book, Aggie, and you might think a book is such a difficult thing to write, but we don't write it all at once. One sentence. You get an idea and you write down the idea. I want to write about mango season. So you write that down. That's mango season. Then you might say to yourself, I wonder if there are different kinds of mangoes. And you ask your grandpa or grandma or your parents, are there different kinds of mangoes? And they will tell you, and you will write down, there are 40 different kinds of mangoes, but I am going to write a story about the East Indian mango. And every day you write down a little bit more, and then one day you have written an entire book, but it doesn't happen all at once. Okay, Aggie?
That's a good idea.
Yes, indeed. So maybe next year we could be publishing books written by the Caribbean Edge kids. How about that?
That's a good idea.
Yes. So think about all the things you want to write about and write one little bit of it every day until you're finished.
Woohoo!
How about you, Laiyah? Any questions you have for Dr. Amina?
No.
No? Anything you want to say about the book? Remember you had a question in the green room before we went live about a word on a page that you had a question for her about? Do you remember which one it was?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to ask her? So while she's looking, you found it? Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
Can she
Tell
read that
me
sentence?
and tell everybody, because everybody who is watching us on Facebook may not be able to see the word you're pointing out, Laiyah.
Can she read it in the
Okay.
sentence? Can you read the sentence that the word is in, please?
Okay.
Read it for me. Thank you.
Mongoose, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
What's the word that you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about this.
The word stupidest. That
Yeah.
word makes you uncomfortable, Laiyah, doesn't it?
Yes.
Why does the word make you uncomfortable?
Because I don't want to say it in front of the teacher because it's a bad word.
Okay. All right. So when there are people in authority over you or bigger than you, you're afraid you might be punished for saying that word.
Yes.
It's okay. So it's not really a bad word. It's a proper English word, but we can use it in a bad way. If we use the word to make somebody feel uncomfortable, if we use the word and we are being unkind, if we use the word to make people believe that they don't know anything, that they are wrong, that's using the word in a bad way. But we can use the word to describe an event or to describe things, and the word would not hurt anybody's feelings. So if I said, I want to carry 2 of my dogs because I have 7 dogs. Hear one of them barking now. If I say, I have so many dogs, I'm going to carry the one that's barking now in a basket, and I'm going to take him to the market and I'm going to sell him. Is that a stupid idea? Even the dog thinks it's stupid, he's barking. But it doesn't make me stupid. Do you see that? So we can tell somebody that something which they have said doesn't make sense, but we still love them. And then we're not using the word in a bad way. Do you understand that, Laiyah?
Yes.
Everybody understands that? So we don't call people stupid, but things can be stupid. It's just another word for foolish. We wouldn't say, you're so foolish, because that's unkind. We could say that's a foolish thing you've said, and that's not unkind. But I agree with you, Laiyah, any word you don't feel comfortable using, don't use it. Any word. In the same way our parents say, any situation in which we feel uncomfortable, run! Stranger, danger, run! So whatever we don't feel comfortable with, we run away from it. And we can run from people, and we can run from situations, and we can run from words, unless we feel comfortable. Okay, everybody?
Laiyah, I'm so happy that you pointed that out so that Dr. Amina could explain it to you in a way that you can also understand it and everyone listening can understand it and choose not to use that word in a bad way or an offensive way. So you are a very smart young girl for raising that question and making sure that you're still being respectful to your parents, your friends, your siblings, and everyone else. So thank you so much. We love when kids ask questions because we need to give them answers as well.
Great question.
It was awesome. And I'm glad if you're uncomfortable, it means mommy and daddy are doing an awesome job for you to raise the question. Thank you, Laiyah.
You're welcome, Mrs. Dawn.
And Nicholi, who seems to be the shyest of us all. Hi, Nicholi. Do you have any questions for Dr. Amina?
No.
No. Do you want to say anything at all?
I like the book.
You like the book? That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And how about you, Zoe?
I like all the pictures in the book. They're very bright and vibrant.
Oh, thank you. I love that word vibrant. The Caribbean people are very colorful. We are so alive. And so I'm so happy that the artist managed to capture that in the colors. And I thank you for that beautiful word, Zoe. Vibrant.
Thank you, Zoe. And how about you, Olivia? Any questions for Dr. Amina?
Yes.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Dr. Amina, have you ever seen a black mountain?
I have never seen a black mountain, if you mean literally black. But I have never seen a blue mountain either, if you mean literally blue. But sometimes the mountains are so far away that they take on different colors. So or things happen in the environment. So I imagine that now the mountains from which the volcano has erupted in St. Vincent would look black. And so, yes, you're right. I have seen a black mountain because I have seen what remained of the mountain shortly after the eruption in Montserrat. The Jamaican Blue Mountain is so close to the sky. It's one of the highest mountains in the world that sometimes it does look blue. And that's why it's called the Blue Mountains. And then, of course, in times of drought, the mountains are what color, Olivia? They're brown. Everything turns brown in times of drought right here in Jamaica. And sometimes the mountains are orange in places where the seasons really change before your eyes. Spring, in the springtime, in the autumn. It's autumn. Yes, in the autumn, when all the leaves turn various shades of orange, then of course the mountains will appear to have a different color. So those are the many shades that mountains can take. They don't always have to be green. There are only 2 places in the world that I know of, but I say it's only one. There are only 2 places in the world with a blue mountain, Jamaica and Australia. But I don't let the Australians know that they have a blue mountain as well. I just say only Jamaica has a blue mountain.
Thank you, Olivia, for that question and for Dr. Amina as well. And of course, we won't tell the Australians.
No.
Auntie Sophie.
Auntie Sophie is fully entertained, fully informed today. I sat back and I'm observing and I'm so impressed, Auntie Dawn and Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks. The children are just on point. They are so sharp and they're brilliant, just like the beautiful illustrations in the book. And we have the young, strong, silent type, Mr. Nicholi. That's what they call them, the strong, silent type. But he's there observing and he's taking in everything. So we thank you all. And Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks, thank you for this book, because I am encouraging everyone to go out and get this book. That's a It's a good idea. I'll tell you why. That book on Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks teaches us about diversity. It teaches us how important it is that each person matters. It doesn't matter the form or the shape you come in, but you contribute just as equally to this big, beautiful place we call the world. And we also learn respect for the environment, because guess what? As Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks says, without the environment, we don't exist. So we must respect each and every one of our different people in the world and their different contribution, and of course, respect for the environment. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get that book. I'm gonna hold on to it dearly as one of my books that I'm gonna share with everybody that comes around. So it's a good idea. Thank you.
And Auntie Dawn knows how to get the book, Auntie Sophie, so I'm sure she will tell you where to get your book.
Yes, and we're going to share that with the viewers too, right?
Yes.
Online, right? Auntie Dawn, take it away.
Yes, I believe we can get it on Amazon now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Because I first got mine before Amazon, so I'm a proud owner of my book. So kids, let's show your book. Can you show the viewers your book? That's a good idea. Thank you so much. And we want to thank Bethlehem Junior Academy, who sponsored a lot of the books today for our children. Fabulous. So thank you, Miss Audrey, Miss Barbara, and of course, their mom as well, for the great school and the great work that they do with the children. So remember, it is also in another language, right, Dr. Amina?
Yes, que gran idea. For all our Spanish-speaking friends, picking up on your idea of diversity, Auntie Sophie. Yes. I'm sure you know many Spanish-speaking people around you, but Jamaica sits in the middle of two Spanish-speaking countries, Cuba and Puerto Rico. And so we want them to have the books as well. This book is in Mexico. The person who did the Spanish translation is a good friend of mine who is a storyteller. He's an orthopedic surgeon who is a storyteller. Dr. Ruben Corbett, and he did the translation into the Spanish. Que gran idea.
Thank you. So remember, you can get the book on Amazon. We want to thank all the viewers that tuned in today, all the parents that shared their amazing children with us, and of course, all the beautiful children who woke up, got ready, had something grand to eat, and enjoyed reading this book and taking part in our first book club. Auntie Sophie?
One quick thought, Dr. Amina Blackwood-Meeks, if I remember well, there's another book that if the children go out and get another follow-up to this, they can get it at a good discount.
You remember halfway.
Halfway.
Everybody who has the book will be able to purchase a Johnny shirt at a very special price.
See then.
And so there is a barcode that they could just scan and place the order. And I will send that to Auntie Dawn as well.
Okay, good.
We're also having a Friday time summer program for 2 hours on a Friday, every Friday in July. And I will send that information to Auntie Dawn as well. And she can discuss with the parents, and the parents can decide if the children will participate in Friday time.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you all today, especially you, Dr. Amina. I think Olivia has a question.
No question.
You're just stretching.
Are you just stretching and saying bye?
Statement.
A statement.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Miss Pat, for introducing me to Caribbean Edge Kids.
Oh,
wonderful. Wonderful.
So Miss Pat is from Bethlehem Junior Academy, and they're so willingly and graciously share their kids with us. And we're so glad because June is actually 1 year. You just reminded me, Olivia, for the Caribbean Edge kids when we started this journey. And Dr. Amina has joined us on multiple occasions, and we sure appreciate you because your time is the most precious thing you can give to anyone. And we're so glad you're sharing it with us.
And there's nothing more precious than our children. And June is also Caribbean African Heritage Month, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
It's a wonderful time for you to be celebrating your anniversary.
Thank you. So thank you, everyone. Remember to share this episode and go buy your book because that's a good idea. Thank you, everyone. Wow.
Bless you. I've had a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye for
Bye,
now.
Sophie. Bye, Annie Dawn.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.